Yonderfel's Castle, a Medieval Fable by Jean Gralley. Long ago and high in the air, there was once a most terrific castle. King Yonderfel ruled the castle, and he ruled it splendidly. All day long he stood at the gate, calling, come in, to all who passed by, and he never ever turned anyone away. Naturally, his castle was a crowded and happy place. Dancers came, and singers came, and eaters and kissers came. So there was dancing and singing and eating and kissing. And for years, everyone had magnificent times. One day, an ogre guy came to the back door with a paper. It said he was doubling the rent on the mountain. He owned the mountain and could do that even to a king. "Oh dear," said the king. "I let my people stay here for free. I can only give you half what you ask." "Then I shall take away half the mountain," said Ogre Guy. "Outrageous!" cried the king. "Tough petunias," sniffed the ogre, and with a shrug, he sank a gigantic hook into the mountainside and started up his tractor. Whoa! Well, to lose half a mountain is embarrassing, especially for a king. At first, to be polite, people pretended not to notice. But soon flat things were sliding and round things were rolling, and teacups and tapestries and small high-strung pets were crashing and bashing to the bottom of the cliff. People grumbled and griped, "Woe is us! This is what comes of having a nincompoop for a king!" Every single one packed up and left, some complaining quite loudly that a leaning castle, even a free one, would not do. Alas, poor Yonderfel! He tried to make the best of things. But travelers went around him, and children made fun of him, and townspeople came with a petition declaring King Yonderfel clearly a cabbage-headed nincompoop, and his castle a hazard to the community. Alas, alas, poor Yonderfel! Everyone had forgotten his kindness, and he was completely alone. To pass the time, he knitted guest towels. Long nights became long towels, and long years. One day, in the valley where everyone had forgotten there ever was a king, the sky changed. It began to rain. It started like ordinary rain, but it wasn't. It rained till rain came up to windowsills and into windows till rooms filled and tables floated, and no one could touch bottom. Just as water rose over noses and ears, someone remembered the king with the castle high in the air, and how, best of all, he never turned anyone away. Everyone paddled for Yonderfel's castle. Seeing them coming, Yonderfel leaped for joy. He grabbed his towels and ran to the gate, calling, come in! Each and every person was dried and sent to the fireplace to be warmed. Before long, everybody was eating and dancing and singing and having a most magnificent time. But the more people Yonderfel pulled into the castle, the farther the castle leaned over the cliff. It teetered, it tottered, then it tipped. Everyone gasped. In the quiet, a little voice outside cried, "Let me in! Take me in, please!" It was Ogre Guy. People cried, "Alas, alack! If one more comes in, the castle will fall! Close the gates and close them now!" For the first time ever, Yonderfel wasn't sure what a good king should do. Finally, he did what he'd always done before. He stretched out his hand and, come in! No! Woe is us! This is what comes of having a cabbage-headed, addle-brained, foozy-noodled nincompoop for a king. And so, It seemed like the end, but it wasn't. With huge guest towers billowing, Yonderfel's castle rose above the waves. It glided gracefully like a ship of 100 sails, full and bright as a golden heart. The castle settled on a new mountaintop where conditions were about perfect for living happily ever after. And once the sun came out again, that's just what happened. After many years, the good king died, but his castle continued to have magnificent times because Yonderfel's people took turns standing at the gate calling, come in," to all who passed by, and they never ever turned anyone away. The end.